Yeah, so I was planning to show you the question answers. Since you're not in class, I don't care. Now you have to, do it kind of. You have to do it kind of like this, because you're not here. जहाँ पे आपको miss हो जाएगा, क्या हो जाएगा? This is not my problem. So okay, okay. So I'm starting. So yeah, this is all. कुछ questions आपके homework है, कुछ मैं दिखाती हूँ यहाँ से. बुक वर्क आप खुद करेंगे. अगर आपको दिखानी पड़ेगी वो मुझे दिखाऊंगी. First question is your homework. The teacher observed while Nora while learning by sitting still. The teacher observed Nora while learning by sitting still and silent. But when she seemed एक मिनट रुक जाइए. Give me a minute. There's some connection issue. So where were we? He observed Nora by sitting still and silent, still and silent. But when she, but when she couldn't recall a word, but when she couldn't recall a word, but when she couldn't recall a word or seemed to be stuck, or when she couldn't recall a word and seemed stuck on any word, he advised her or suggested her to recall. He advised her or suggested her to recall or figure out the word, recall or figure out the word, or skip the word and move forward, or skip the word and move forward. Yeah. And and he also sometimes used to tell her the word, and sometimes he also used it to tell her words which she couldn't recall or read. But sometimes he also used to tell her word which she couldn't recall, or read. हो गया यहाँ पे. They're not in class. This is all your fault and all your problem. You can't blame me for this. So yeah, and then we have Acha, what was an odd thing that happened with Nora? Why was teacher puzzled? क्या थी वो odd चीज जो नोरा के साथ होगी और जिससे teacher puzzled हो गई? The odd thing that happened with Nora, the odd thing that happened with Nora while she was reading, the odd thing that happened with Nora, bhi theek hai, the odd thing that happened with Nora, which also puzzled the teacher, the odd thing that happened with Nora, which also puzzled teacher, was that she misread, she misread, she misread a word, she misread a word, she misread a word which she had read correctly earlier, which she had read correctly earlier. ठीक है? Which she had read correctly earlier. Okay. Was Nora a careless child? How do you know? Do you think Nora, normally ऐसे पूछूंगी, do you think Nora was a careless child? I don't think so. Nora was a careless child. She was kind of, what we can say, she was a kid and it was really hard for her to figure out some things. क्योंकि बच्चे को हम बड़े हैं, we don't take that much time. लेकिन बच्चे, they take their ample time in learning the things. No, Nora was not a careless child. No, Nora wasn't a careless child. Uh, on the contrary, she seemed interested and good in learning. No, Nora wasn't a careless child. On the contrary, she seemed putting all her efforts. Instead, she seemed interested in learning. Instead, she seemed interested in learning. Instead, she seemed interested in learning and very good at learning. ठीक है? As she was putting all her efforts in concentration in learning, as she was putting all her efforts and concentration in reading. ठीक है? Okay, question number 5. क्यों मुझे देख रही है? इतना गंदा हो गया, वो काली जैसी हो गई यार. Sorry. And acha, how should a teacher understand the problems of children? एक टीचर को स्टूडेंट्स की प्रॉब्लम कैसे अंडरस्टैंड करने चाहिए, कैसे वो समझ सकते हैं? ठीक है? वेयर a good deal of we had a good deal of discussion in class also. So we're going to put it like that way. A teacher should try. नहीं, try काट लीजिए वो. A teacher should try and should not come. A teacher should understand. A teacher should understand. A teacher should understand the problems of new learner, bracket में child. A teacher should understand the problems of a teacher should understand the problem of a new learner. bracket में child, and a difficult, bracket में child, he or she, teacher, he or she, yeah, a teacher should know, a teacher should know that a child who is a beginner, a teacher should know a child who is a beginner has seen the word for the first time, and it must be difficult for new learner, and it must be difficult for new learner, and it must be difficult for new learner, and it must be difficult for new learner to remember and learn it, in first attempts, and thus a teacher should learn things, and thus a teacher should see things, from a child's perspective, ठीक है? क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 सब खुद करेंगे, ठीक है? 1 और 6. Okay, why are the children of unlettered homes at disadvantage? क्यों वो बच्चे जिनके पेरेंट्स पढ़े लिखे नहीं हैं वो क्यों डिसएडवांटेज क्यों है उनको? The children of unlettered homes, are at disadvantage, because they don't have any familiarity or knowledge of new words, their shapes of new words and their shapes and all the letters. And also with no one to guide them, and with also no one to guide them at home, and with no one to guide them at home, they're at extreme disadvantage. ठीक है ना? How did teacher learn from Nora? Teacher ने Nora से कैसे सीखा? The teacher learned from the Nora various problems. The teacher learned from the Nora about various difficulties and problems that kids face during learning. The teacher learned. Sorry. Yeah, it's enough. Okay, हो गया. So this is all for today, and with this we come to end of this session. Since you all are not there to tell me, ma'am, आपने ये miss किया, वो miss किया, because you would have an important. Instead, if there will be some missing words or whatever, I'm gonna send you this anyways in the group. And this is all for today. Thank you so much and take care. Allah Hafiz.